Hello, this is me, Deafening Octopus, also known as Caitlin, and today I'm doing another episode of the DOR Turbo Dismount Championship. I have just been doing a lot of work and I am kind of tired and I've been for a nap and then I didn't know what to do, so I decided, well heck it, why not record an episode of something or other. Today what we're doing is the brake pad challenge or the acceleration challenge or something like that, where basically we're back here at the skid marks map, but instead of going as fast as you possibly can like before, I put these brake pads down to slow the cars down and hopefully see which of them is better at accelerating back up from a slow speed. So in the previous challenge where I had the boost pads all along here, of course the cars were going as fast as they possibly could with the help of the boost pad and then crossing the line and we'd see their score at the end. With the brake pads it's slightly different because some cars have different types of brakes. Some cars switch their engines off and then can't restart when they go over a brake pad, whereas some can restart and do. So some are going to make it to the end, not all of them are. And yeah, the fastest ones at the end win. So we're going to switch away from our championship leader and as usual start with the delivery van. Just a reminder, I have to get full speed on all of them to make sure that it is a full test, and once I get that full speed I can allow it to fly down the runway and see how far it gets. So is it going to start up again? Oh yeah, okay, so it's not slamming on the anchors fully. Third brake pad, there's 5 of them in total. It's going over the 4th and over the 5th, and the time is, or the speed is 29.39 miles per hour. So I'll just go write that down quickly as the delivery van smashes through the brake wall. Right, the Wedge. Now this should have an advantage because this is one of the fastest cars. I believe this was 3rd in the high speed challenge at this map, but does it have the acceleration? Puts the power down again, you can see it. Oh, it stopped! It stopped! So the Wedge will not be scoring any points in this round. That's the trouble, you see. Some of them can keep their engine going even if they stop, and some of them come to a complete stop and just do not start up again. It's really interesting, and it means that it's not just how fast the cars actually are that's going to decide who wins this round. While the Maximus is slowly trundling its way down, I am actually running out of ideas for challenges to do in this series, so if you have any ideas, feel free to leave them in the comments or something like that. And that's another DNF there for the Maximus, no further than 2 boost pads down the runway. Off goes Pink Lightning, one of the slowest vehicles. Now, Pink Lightning, we know, doesn't really have much acceleration. However, the top speed is 32 miles per hour, so technically there's a chance that it might be quicker than the delivery van. Not really, let's face it. Then again, the boost pads aren't really slowing it down that much, are they? Yeah, only like 15 miles per hour. Okay, 4th boost pad, or brake pad I should say. I've been saying boost pad for a while. It's gonna make it. It's gonna make it to the end, just 22.94 miles per hour. Actually, not that far off the delivery van. Off goes the red hot engine. You can of course completely ignore the opponents on the other side. They do give you a good indication of how fast the vehicle is actually going, although the opponents can move at different speeds depending on what car they have, so it's actually not that reliable at all. And I think that's going to be another DNF for the red hot engine, so we're going to move straight on to the Mall Racer, another one that I don't really have much confidence in, specifically because it's so slow, but we saw with the Pink Lightning that sometimes the slower vehicles might not actually have that much speed to scroll off. Let's see. It's going to reach the first boost pad eventually. Of course, I'm a bit more worried that... Oh, and it's going to tip over! Slams on the brakes and flops over onto its face. Whoa, it's come back up again! So despite a roll of almost a forward roll, it's going to do it again, look! Oh my goodness. This is the most entertaining run so far, but that is going to be it. The first one actually to score like points as it goes down the runway. That was very funny there. Sasquatch, we got full speed first time. That is a good sign, I guess. This one's quite top heavy as well. I don't think it's going to do a forward roll. No, it's not, although the poor character did get a bit of a face full of dashboard there. 2 more boost pads to go. I think. Oh, it stopped. I was about to say I think it's gonna be the fastest so far, but it stopped before the 5th boost pad. It was doing so well up until that point. Smooth cruiser now. Let's get it up to full speed. Or if we can. There we go. It's got the fastest opponent as well, so that's a good reference as to how fast we're actually going. On the brakes. And again, starts up from a complete stop. That's a good sign. What I was saying with the previous one is I was worried that the timer was going to run out. That's quick. I think that's the quickest. It is 57.11 and it's going to crash headfirst into the other vehicle as well. But that is a new leader, the Smooth Cruiser. This is one of those challenges where I'm absolutely sure that the high score is not going to be bothered today. But oh well. The Corley now. Oh, and it falls over. 2 wheels, obviously not the way to go in this one. Pretty good start from the Ranger. Let's see if it can plow its way straight through these brake pads. Nope, another DNF. This is a tough one. 2 rows completed, only 3 vehicles on the scoreboard so far, and it's not necessarily the ones that you might expect. So, I think this is a good challenge. I think anyone could score so far today. Here goes the Street Slicer, one of the slower vehicles. 25 miles per hour, so slightly faster than the Moor Racer that we saw earlier. I think the fastest, or the slowest vehicle of all is the Boss Drone. We determined that in the high speed challenge. Okay, Street Slicer is still going after the first brake pad, and the second might just make it, but also I'm worried. No, it's slowing down because it's running out of time here, so it's not going to make it, but because it is simply too slow. That's what I was saying before. There is a timer, and if it runs out, the run just ends. They just conk out anyway. Nothing to do with the brake pads whatsoever. Off goes the Comrade. This one pretty good actually at some of the other challenges. Always a bit of a surprise, the Comrade. Oh, a massive wheelie there. Obviously getting really into the acceleration part of the challenge. Yes, actually restarted off one of those brake pads there, and it's crossed the line. 32.69, so that puts it on our leaderboard in 2nd position. Not bad. Okay, here goes the cool streak. Another big old wheelie as it got going, but this is another 2-wheeled one. If the 2-wheeled ones go too slowly, then they might just fall over. Is it going to survive? Oh, that was close. That was very, very slow. Dangerously slow for a bike. Oh, big wheelie. You can do it, can you? Oh, my goodness. I'm not sure it would still be up in real life. It's made it. 37.45. That puts it 2nd or 3rd, right? I've already lost track a little, but I do have a sheet up. And then it crashed at the end. But that's okay, because it's crossed the line. 37.45. And that does indeed put it 2nd. Okie dokie. Onto the Boss Drone next. I really wasn't expecting a 2-wheeled one to be so like a bike to be on the leaderboard at any point really. What about a 5-wheeled vehicle, the Boss Drone? As you can see here, this is probably the slowest vehicle we have, and it's also extremely top heavy, so I'm wondering whether we're about to see our little character there fall on his face as he goes over the boost pad. Yep, there we go, on his face, and that's not coming back up. Whoopsie daisy. Boogie bus. Heading to the brake pad. Oh, going very sideways there. Has to be careful of the wall. And stops. Okie dokie. No points for the boogie bus. Heavy freaking metal. Off we go. That wasn't any particular heavy metal song, just generic. Over the first brake pad. The second one. and stopped, but got going again, but the timer's going to be against it. Okie dokie. So it looks as if sometimes the game is literally just like, no, you don't get a chance. I'm wondering whether that's going to be the case with the swinger as well. Only just avoided the lighting gantry with its like rear end swing there. The wrecking ball bashing against the barriers. We're gonna have to pay the drag strip for damages after this, I expect. Ooh. And whacks itself with its own wrecking ball. And it's not going any further. Oh dear. Here comes another super unstable one, the token bird. I'm expecting another accident here. Let's see. It's heading up to the breaking point. Oh, it survived. Okay. Okay, so it's done a little better than I thought it would. To be honest, with the token bird, you never know whether it's going to fall over, like, forwards or to the side. I think it's going to make it. I think it is. It did! 39.26. That puts it second, right? Yeah, so the token bird there did a lot better than I was expecting. Crunch. Okie dokie, we're on to the big guns now. The Shuriken came third in the last tournament and is second in our championship, just 1 point behind the Squealer now. And when I can get it going, this could go either way. Of course, it's a motorbike, it's only got 2 wheels, so it could slow down too much and fall over. Or its speed might carry it across the line. Oh, it slid into the other lane and it's been absolutely demolished! Now, did the rider crossing the line give it a time? Let's see. No, it didn't. So that is a DNF for the Shuriken, and one of the most dramatic. That was a proper drag racing accident there. Let's see it again from behind. Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! Oh my goodness! And the rider is, well, let's just say things aren't looking very good for him. Here comes the Grim wagon now. Off the line towards the boost pad, the brake pad. I always say boost pad. Could do with some boost pads here. It's struggling. Oh, one more. Oh, it's quick. Yes. You see, it's really that last acceleration zone that matters, and it's a 54.33, which puts it first. So the Grim wagon, after struggling at the start, has got it straight back up and gone to 54.33. And I just realised while checking the scores that was not indeed the fastest run. So after the first 20 cars, it is actually the Smooth Cruiser still on top, followed by the Grim Wagon and the Token Bird. But look who we've got next. The championship leader, the Squealer, 7 points to the Shuriken's 6. Can it pull out any more today? Gonna have to get full speed to decide. Here we go, full speed. The Shuriken's not scoring, so this is a good opportunity. Amazing braking power, and it stopped! Too good! The braking power was too good on the Squealer, and it will not be scoring any points today. Goodness me. Here goes the Wastelander. Already 2 points in this championship. Over the brake pads. Very good brakes on that as well, but this time good brakes are really not what you need to be what you need to have. Older vehicles don't tend to have as good brakes, so I wonder if the Ricky Tick might benefit from that. Okay, that one took me a while, but I got it going eventually. Oh, first, second, no, it stopped on the second. The last few have all stopped on the second brake pad, and I've all DNF'd that way. Right, the Ladorian is tying for third in the championship with the Wedge, which kind of looks similar in terms of how it's like a low-slung yellow sports car. Can the Ladorian pull some points over its rival here? No! Oh! It stopped and then got going again. Might still finish this. It's going to have to do that a few more times. It's got 2 rear wheels, like really, really close together, so that might help it for traction. Come on, it's going to get a finish. Oh, I think it's third. It's a 43.75. So let me go and check my scores quickly. You can already see the scores, but I think that is third for the Ladorian. It is, but only just. So the Ladorian is now on our leaderboard in 3rd place. Here goes the Tumbler. Back when we did the high speed challenge, the Tumbler, I don't know if it had just been added or if it, I think it may have not quite been added yet. But anyway, oh, is it going to tumble? Not quite. The Tumbler not quite living up to its name, but very nearly. And stops on the 2nd brake pad, which appears to be the real stopping point of this challenge so far. Come on, bus. There we go. Here comes the first. Oh, that looked like a big smack in the pelvis for our character there. He is not having a good day. Oh yeah, I've still got the camel face on him. And another one on the 2nd boost pad, brake pad. Quad Fin Fighter. Quad Fin Fighter was super unlucky not to have come out yet by the time we did, or at the time that we did the high speed challenge, because I really think that it would have won that with the boost pads and all. At the end, I might actually show you what I mean by that, because the Quad Fin Fighter is supremely fast, but only really when it gets the boost pads. Otherwise, it's kind of average. Good acceleration though. This is good. Oh, and that's 3rd, I think. 48.15. So yes, that puts it 3rd there and knocks the Ladorian out of the top 3. Bandit time. Down the runway we go. Once again towards the first braking pad. Up to over 100 miles per hour. It's a fast car, and it stops again. Goodness, okay. Wasn't expecting the Bandit's brakes to be that good, being an American muscle car. We've got another kind of muscle car style vehicle here in the, is it called Sweet Justice? I think that's what it's called. And reaches that 100 miles per hour buffer. It's very similar in speed to the car we just had, the Bandit, and it stops at a very similar place. Onto our winner of the Loop challenge, the Espionage. Not quite 100 miles per hour. Over the brake pad, survives the 2nd. Survives the 3rd, just, there we go, power down. And it stops! Oh, I really thought that was going to make it there. Stopped on the 4th. No one really seems to stop on the 3rd. It's always either the 2nd or the 4th that does them in. So after the first 30 cars out of the 39 in total, the Smooth Cruiser is still leading, followed by the Grim Wagon, and then the Quad Fin Fighter has moved up into 3rd place. Next up, we've got the Pivot, the only sofa that you've ever seen with seemingly exhaust pipes sticking out the back. Losing control almost down the runway. Careful, there are still barriers there. Oh, loses a pillow on the curb. There's the first brake pad, pivots, as the name suggests, and it's going to hit the wall. Yeah, okay, so that's the first vehicle to be done in by the barrier, but it was really at an angle that it couldn't recover from after it had braked for that first brake pad. Next up, it's the Magnum. Now this is going to have quite old-fashioned brakes. So, will it actually slow down that much? Yes is the answer. That was actually quite instantaneous there. And stops on the 2nd. Wow. The Jugger fires cannonballs when it goes over the boost pads, but completely stops when it comes over to the brake pads, or does it? Ooh. A little bit top heavy. That would have felt a bit awkward from on top of the Jugger there. Very bouncy. Looking like a plate of jelly halfway down the run. One more acceleration zone. It's going to make it. But it's not going to be in the top 3 there. 34.08. That's the first vehicle that we've seen make it, but not quite make it into the top 3, I think. It just shows you how few have actually been making it today. Goodness. You need to be in the 40s at this point to actually make it. Not sure how fast the Loco can actually go. Well, it can reach 40 miles per hour. Look how tiny its wheels are, though. This is not the fastest of vehicles in this game. Another bit of a pelvis slam from our character. Don't take that the wrong way. One more acceleration zone. This is pretty good, actually. It's going to be in the 40s. 43.32. Oh, just misses out on the top 3 by less than half a mile an hour. You can't get much closer than that. The Loco just lifted off the power a little too early there. No, sorry, it wasn't half a mile an hour off after all. That was the 4th place car I was looking at. You actually need to be in the 48s at this point in the competition to continue in the top 3. Huh, Old Creaky made it. I skipped over the majority of its run because I knew that it wouldn't actually be able to make 48 miles per hour. But look at that, made it to the finish. Not bad. Well done, Old Creaky. Only a few more to go now. This is Cantel reaching the first. Ooh. Oh dear, that looked painful. Oh, the driver's gone. Well, that doesn't necessarily disqualify it. It's only the car that we're actually scoring in this. But it's not going to have the time to reach the end. That's a shame, because look at the speed. That could have been a real contender of a run there from Cantel. Almost a shame that the game forcibly stopped it there. But anyway, here goes, I can't remember what this is called actually. Whiplash, that's it. And the driver has Whiplash. Whoopsie daisy. 2 to go now. Jamboree is going to go first towards the brake pads. It's got the speed for it. Does it have the acceleration? Struggling with the gears? No. Okay, so it all comes down to this. Will it be the Smooth Cruiser or will it be the Lance? This is the last car that can beat the Smooth Cruiser to it. We get the reset. There we go. Towards the first brake pad. Let's see how it does it. Oh, it's struggling. It's struggling, and it's stopped! So the Smooth Cruiser is our winner of today's event. Fantastic stuff. So after that round, here are the championship standings, which really haven't changed that much. The Squealer is still leading by 1 point over the Shuriken, then it's the Ladorian and Wedge, Ranger, Espionager, Comrade. The Smooth Cruiser moves up to joint 6th, the Grimwagon moves up to joint 9th, and the Quadfin Fighter gets itself on the scoreboard in joint 11th.